like to tell us about the game you brought with you today?
So I'm the creator of a game called Fist of Awesome, which is a time-travelling lumberjack-em-up, which obviously is a very crowded genre, and it's hard to stand out in such many other time-travelling lumberjack-em-up games are out there. But I think Fist of Awesome is something a little bit special. You play as Tim Burr, who is a lumberjack who finds himself being forced to travel through time and space, punching bears in the face to save humanity.
What made you think of this game? Like, what inspired you to make it?
Well, there are many different things inspired me to make this game, but probably the most defining thing that happened was the day before Valentine's Day 2012. I'd forgotten to get my girlfriend a Valentine's Day present because
Doesn't sound good, does it?
Because I've been so busy trying to make computer games. Like, I was trying to make a game before this, which was terrible, and I gave up eventually. But I was so engrossed doing that, it got to 6 o'clock at night, realised all the shops were closed, didn't have a Valentine's Day present. What the heck am I going to do? This is bad. This is going to kill my relationship. And so I took something of a bold choice. I locked myself in the spare room / office, and in 4 hours made a computer game, which was a heavily pixelated version of me just walking in a straight line, punching bears as they come towards me. And after I've punched an army, like a good solid army of bears, I meet my girlfriend, we have a little kiss, and it says, "Happy Valentine's Day, I hope you like your present." And so I presented this creation to my girlfriend, and instead of leaving me like any rational human being would, she was actually quite touched and said, "That's really cute, thank you." And I was like, "Oh, thank God, yes."
So you were quite lucky there, to be honest.
Oh, totally. So and I was like, "Oh wow, there must be something in this bear punching thing that people can relate to." And so I took the whole concept of a guy with a beard punching bears and expanded it into the monster that is Fist of Awesome.
You said the game was a Valentine's Day present for your girlfriend. What made you think of bears and fist punching? Because some people might have gone down a more romantic route. I mean,
I'm not some people. Well, there's a number of things. I used to live in Dundee, which is where I'm from and where I get this magnificent accent from. And I tried to be a musician, even though I can't sing or play guitar particularly well. But I tried to create a persona for myself to use on stage, and so I became a one-man band called I Fight Bears. And so from that, all of my friends basically became obsessed with me and bears, and the two things became intertwined. And so I had lots of T-shirts with men punching bears and things. I've got a freaking tattoo of a man punching a bear, and so that influenced what Fist of Awesome and the Valentine's Day present was, because there's always been this whole man punching bears thing going on.
You are also the bear, like you are the man in a way, kind of.
Oh my God! I am the bear and I am the man. I've never thought of it like that.
People kind of relate the bear to you, and you kind of maybe relate yourself in that way. I slightly.
Think, yeah. My personality tends to be a little, I don't know, outlandish sometimes for someone who's incredibly introverted. But I love the things like power animals and things. So in my old job, we used to call our team Tiger Team and stuff, and have big pictures of tigers jumping out of flames and stuff on the wall. So all that kind of stuff always inspires me. And so Fist of Awesome tries to encapsulate that outrageousness. But also, because I grew up as a child, like most people, and I grew up in the early 90s where there was a lot of beat-em-up computer games like Streets of Rage,
Tekken,
Final Fight,
and things like that.
Classic games. And so that they made a big impact on me when I was growing up, and so that I wanted to make a game like that. Now I'm a person capable of making computer games, and so those things all came together to make what is Fist of Awesome. The idea that a single person could make a computer game blew my mind, and the fact that if I studied hard, I'd be able to do that as well. I was like, oh man, that'd be so cool. I'd love to do that. And so when I was about 14, I had an Amiga, which is a really old computer. Not at the time, it was cutting edge at the time, but old now. And I just started kind of messing around trying to make games. And I made some terrible games. Yeah. One of the worst games I made was a game called Fat Alley 2, which is a sequel to an even worse game. But this game, Fat Alley 2, that I made, it's a quite weird game, but you played this little character called Fat Alley who had to kill Jimmy Savile. So I made that game and I released it onto an early version of the internet called the AmiNet, which was only for Amiga games, and then I left it there and I forgot about it. And 2 years ago, I found out that someone had found it at the same time I'd released it, but I never knew about it because the person that found it was a German Amiga magazine. And this German Amiga magazine took this game that I made as a 14-year-old and reviewed it in their magazine. And some of the quotes from that review are some of the best things I've ever read in my entire life. I think there's a few choice quotes. One of them is, if this game had a review score, it would be 1%, if only for the unintentional comedy. So that's quite harsh. And then it gets worse, and it goes, very quickly you experience the nausea and horror at the programming skills of Nicoll Hunt. Nausea and horror! Yes, that was when I started making computer games, by making one of the worst computer games someone had ever seen.
So what do you see yourself doing in the future?
Well, hopefully Fists of Awesome will make me some money, and I can quit the day job and go full-time indie games developer. So my plan for the near future is I'm going to make a PC and Mac version of Fist of Awesome, which is going to add local multiplayer, so you can play the story mode co-op with your friends, and you can also have battle arena, so you can punch your friends in the face as well as bears and other animals.
Sounds like a good stress relieving kind of game if you're going to punch your friends in the face.
Oh, it's totally you can play it strategically and kind of level up your character and stuff, or you can just bash the crap out of everything. Either way works, and I don't really mind which way you play it.
Thank you for watching Source TV with Kate and Nicoll Hunt.